Hey everyone, today we are back in the weekly pack. This weekly pack, although very intimidating, it has some hidden gems in it, some things that you can make thrive to counter the scaling or combat the scaling, if you will. We'll get into all that in a few minutes. We have another very long video with a ton of commentary. I'm doing way more commentary than I used to do with these runs now, which is fine. I'm enjoying it so much, having a great time. And on that note, I wanted to talk about the channel a little bit. So, as you know, if you're an avid viewer of the channel, we surpassed 1,000 subs a while ago. It's a big milestone in YouTube where you're basically opened up to all these other perks, which is very nice. And I never thought initially creating this channel that I would get to the point where I'd be getting stuff like ad revenue, although very minimal in the grand scheme of things. But just, other perks that are available, and one of the perks is memberships. I'm sure you're familiar with memberships through YouTube with other channels. There's various levels that are offered. It's basically a monthly subscription, and I'm working to basically implement some sort of membership system. I think it's going to be called, at least the level 1, I think is going to be called the Brusque Brigade. So you can enlist in the Brusque Brigade, if you will. That's just going to be a basic membership, some custom emotes, I think they're called badges that show basically how long you've been a member of the channel, and maybe a couple other of the basic level 1 perks that you see in other sap tubers memberships. The other level I'm thinking about right now, it's going to be kind of the basic option, and then it's going to jump up to a very custom option that I'm hoping to get some more one-on-one or more engagement with the community. So in the past, I've gotten a lot of recommendations for ideas, and although pretty much all of them have been great, some of them are either just not feasible, or I have a list of stuff and I just haven't gotten to it, and some, I don't make any promises with getting this stuff. So this extra level is essentially going to be an option where you can either get like a one-on-one versus matchup against me, and we can play one-on-one, hop in Discord if you want for a bit, just kind of hang out and play some sap. With your permission, I'd probably record it and potentially make it into content if it's good games and all that. Or the other option I'm thinking is a version of you submit your ideas, a challenge to me, you submit me a custom pack, and I will make a video based on your idea, based on your challenge, your custom pack that you give to me. I'll make a video just... Sorry, I had a short interruption there. So I'll make a video just like I do standard custom packs, so it'll basically be a main run, and then probably a short compilation of bonus clips, and then a longer bonus clip kind of riding out into the sunset. So, probably 4 or 5 good solid games of a solid showing of either very dominant wins, if that's what happens. That's the goal, which is actually kind of what I show in this weekly video here, is the dominant wins. There's a very consistent theme that we're about to get here with this run, and on that note, we brought in the whale and the cuttlefish. That is the secret tech to this weekly video. Oh my gosh, I was so surprised by this run. As you see, I built up a level 2 firefly, and I was kind of going towards the way of hurt pets, but the whale is just such a good unit in this weekly, I couldn't pass it up. So we have a whale, cuttlefish? Is that what it is? But yeah, to wrap up the membership talk, let me know in the comments if you have any other kind of ideas or what your thoughts are on that. Just looking for general feedback, and as I build up this channel a little bit more and try to take the next step. Also, it's something I was a little hesitant to do, is like put something out there that's like, I don't know, essentially I'm hesitant to ask people to pay for money, so please don't ever feel obligated to pay money for something like this, even after I release it. You can always submit your ideas and stuff in comments, but as always, no promises that I'll get to it. If you do pay, that's kind of the promise, right? It's kind of like the the Troubadour and Rev, pimp my pack, rate my gameplay, right? You kind of pay to jump the line, if you will. And I feel like that's a good way to kind of still get the engagement, get more active in the community, but also leave it open to, yeah, you don't have to. Submit your ideas in the comments. I'm very active in the comments. I will almost respond to every single comment. The only comments I don't respond to are ones that I feel like don't really need a comment, right? There's even been a couple grounded comments that I haven't really commented on because he just puts a funny thing or a funny little comment, and I'm like, that's gold. I'm just going to heart it, thumbs up, and let it be. But yeah, regardless, let's get into the run. This is a whale, cuttlefish, Saiga Antelope run. What is happening here? The bonus clips are actually going to be a different mixture of some of these pets. So the main theme of this weekly, and what are we, 6 minutes into this video, and I'm just now starting to talk about it. I'm very proud of myself. I feel like this was a RevGT rant, but I was actually ranting about like the channel, not just like pure comedic entertainment. So the cuttlefish whale. So we're going to get multiple health reductions on the back line of the enemy team and multiple inks. Why is this good? It's good because the other summon support units in this weekly pack are Vulture and PDF, right? We have Saiga Antelope, there's Vulture, PDF, and then there's Horse, but that's tier 1. You pivot off Horse and you go to one of these other ones. As we run into a level 2 horse on turn 9. I guess I shall eat my words right there. That's hilarious. I promise you I did not time that up. So here's the thought. I really struggled to get Saiga Antelope across the line, but Saiga Antelope is insanely good now. It was recently buffed to generate 3 trumpets instead of 2 for every 2 friends faint. So level 2 Saiga Antelope with a good summon team, you can get very close to 50 trumpets. A level 3 Saiga Antelope, pretty easy to get to 50 trumpets if you kind of maximize it. In a custom pack, I should say, or golden pack. In this weekly pack, the summons are a little bit awkward. The saving grace is you do have mushroom, so with a whale combo, you actually don't need to use a whale or a summon unit with the whale combo because you could just use a mushroom. So keep that in mind going forward. And the Saiga Antelope generates all the trumpets, so we're eventually going to have a big unit in our back line. And part of my thought is, if we get this cuttlefish to at least level 2, the whale's already level 2, that's going to be 4 inks. If we get a mushroom on the cuttle toad eventually, that's going to be inks on the whole team and health reduction on the whole team. So our summons from the cuttlefish all the way to the wolf can chip through the team, hopefully, and like that health reduction plus the summons can hopefully get through it. If they have a PDF in second position, if they have a Vulture in back position, those are going to get inked very quickly and they're going to do less damage. Hopefully we override their pineapples so they do even less damage than they were planning on it. And the name of the game is just survive till we get to the golden retriever and then absolutely thrive. If there's anything left on the enemy team, not only will their health be reduced, so we're pretty much guaranteed to one-shot them with our big golden retriever, our big golden boy, our big good boy, but also we are pretty much guaranteed to get multiple triggers. As we might see here, as we run into the scaled team, this is exactly one of the things we want to run into is big scale as well as the Vulture PDF. So it's kind of a counter to multiple options, and look at this, 36 HP. We took way less than, I guess ink is what, 3 less damage on abilities, so it surprised me how it seems like it was more than 3 damage on abilities. But here we go, level 2 squid, not a squid, cuttlefish, cuttle squid. I keep questioning cuttlefish because it's a squid. I don't know. So here we go. They had an ambrosia, so we do not get it, but then we get it on the lizard. Health is reduced, so our flies are guaranteed to KO everything. Even our pig would have KO'd, and then look at this. They don't have a lot of attack, and the Saiga Antelope just absorbs the snipes, and the golden retriever just mows through them. It felt so good to get a team like this to be so successful that's such low stats. I wanted to point out, by the way, too, I'm pretty sure you can go back and look. I don't think I bought one puppy this game, which essentially means I didn't buy one lasagna. I don't even know if I actually bought a lasagna. Maybe I did on the Saiga Antelope. No, it looks like it's base stats still. It's 4-3 base stats. So I'm not sure how much food I actually threw or scaling. It looks like I took a little bit on the whale. Obviously, we threw the croissant on the whale. Other than that, pretty much everything's at base stats. At this point, I'm like, screw it. Let's maximize the summons. We can go an Easter egg on the whale. It's perfect. A mushroom on the 4th position wolf is perfect as well, because the mushroom wolf will respawn in the front position, unfortunately, but we at least get the wolf itself and one more pig with the 3 pigs behind it. And then the level 2 fly, we can either put a mushroom on or an ambrosia. And look at this. Look at this. Even the fly survives a trade that should have KO'd it, and then it absorbs the mana snipe. And we get a 42-42 golden retriever that easily mows through the opponent. Oh man. Level 2 fly is good enough. Fly is so much better than Cerberus in this weekly pack because you get the 3 triggers automatically. Cerberus, you really need to push to level 3. I think Fly is 1,000 times better than Cerberus just for that reason. In pretty much any build you run it, Cerberus just has the higher like base stats initially. So if you get a level 2 Cerberus, I think it's like equivalent to a level 2 Fly. Maybe, but I don't know. The Fly getting the initial 3 triggers, it's just too good. It's too good. And here we go again. It's the big unit. And we actually get the double trade because of the ink. Didn't we survive with 2 HP there? The ink reduces the attack by 3. And because of that, the Saiga Antelope can win the trade with the ambrosia. Look at that. We get the victory. So here you go. Look at this team here. I mentioned it in the previous weekly video of like a secret tech in this weekly. And it's not really a secret tech. It is Whale Bigfoot. You basically set up the Whale Bigfoot. I know I have Worm of Sand in between. This is the first turn I put Worm of Sand in between. You see the Siamese and the whale are huge. I've been scaling them. I have not been scaling the ostrich, and there's a reason for that. The Worm of Sand I've been using just this last round to scale the Bigfoot because I want to try to push all 3 of these units to 50-50. For the main reason being, we're going to sell down to the 3 squad. I got a meta team pretty early in the weekly. It's a very dominant. You see this team is 50-50 on turn 15. That typically doesn't happen. We transform into the Vulture. We have one more transform to go, and we get a sheep. So we can sell the ostrich, and now we completely disguised the role meta team, and now we have one of probably the strongest 3 squad scumbag team you can have in this weekly pack. I mean, basically all 50-50. Level 3 whale, level 3 sheep. It would have been better if the Vulture was level 3, not the whale or sheep, because we don't get any extra summons off the whale or sheep levels. It's just the extra stats, but irregardless, I mean, I just couldn't believe it when we transformed, and that's why I think I'm sitting here, because I'm like, it's 9 trophies, 4 hearts. I think I thought about ruining the order, but I'm like, nah, I got this. I just got to get in and out. You know, if teams get to turn 16, they don't want to run into it. Just, you have a chance to run into this on turn 15. That's it. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Usually I hide these runs at the end, but this would have been a main run if I didn't have some other really cool runs. And I recently got a comment, I think it was the weekly video before this, that was talking about scaling and overall super auto pets, and that's just an unfortunate circumstance of the game right now. I had a long reply to their very in-depth thought, and I agree completely with what they were saying, but yeah, just had that quick thought there. So here we go. It is the PDF bonus clip. So like I said, the Saiga Antelope, the Vulture, the PDF, they're kind of the 3 summon support units, or summon meta units you can use, and the goal is, can we get it to counter the meta scaling cringe? The only problem is this enemy team here had a Dumbo octopus, and they got a chili. That chili just mowed through our PDF. But look here, we're climbing more, we have double fly, we have level 3 PDF. It looks like we're transforming our front unit, and we got the, I always forget what this is called. It gave us the ocarina though. Level 3 ocarina, I think I've only gotten a level 3 one time for the achievement. So that felt good. And here we go, more PDF. What's better than one PDF? It's 2 PDFs. And this is actually hilarious, some of these battles, because if you run into the opposing snipe teams, if you see my PDFs are like strong, and my ostrich is like the weakest. So pay attention to the ostrich. Right here maybe? Oh, it got hit once. It got hit again. It got sniped, so our PDF gets a shot. Our Monty gets sniped, our PDF gets a shot. So there, our Cerberus and the Golden Retriever would have given our PDF another trigger, and we would have had max double PDF triggers for that battle. Absolutely insane. Here is another crazy thing that can happen. The Dumbo octopus. I mentioned it last video. I'm going to highlight it more in the next video. Yes, there's going to be a next weekly video. I can't believe I'm going this crazy for it. But the fairy dust. You see I get the fairy dust on turn 5. So you can roll with the Dumbo octopus this early in the game and basically set up for PDF. And I'm thinking about throwing it on the Okapi. And then I kind of have the thought of, well, the only reason to fairy dust here would be to use it for the PDF. And you typically can't use whale with PDF because it opens that extra front space, and then if you have a fly, it'll mess up the order. So I can actually use fly with this whale team if I wanted to. And yeah, check it out. The whale jumps to the front. We get crazy amount of snipes. It all works out, and we get that mana from the fairy dust too, which I absolutely love. And here you go. It's summon. They're setting up a summon team. It looks like this team's setting up for a vulture. And if that's the case, we are very happy because we can easily chip through. And we're just going to keep it rolling. Decide to buy an ostrich at a certain point. Get the pancakes so we can get some scaling in. Got a Cerberus, I'm assuming, because I did not find a fly. And yeah, have the big level 2 Okapi being swallowed by the whale taken to the front. I mean, just such a cool concept for the team. It's turn 12. The PDF is only level 1.5. I think that's the glaring issue with this team. But we're getting some scaling, so we're absorbing like a lot of these vulture snipes. And it's kind of working out. We're in a dire situation, 1 heart remaining, 6 trophies now, sorry. But level 2 PDF now. Like I said, having fly would have been so much better. We'd be getting 2 more snipes, guaranteed. Actually, not guaranteed, because it's kind of tough sometimes maximizing your fly triggers. But with a team set up like that, I would be. But yeah, you see we lost, so we're going to rapid fire a couple more bonus. Here's a different run. I'm running the double fly with the Cerberus. And if you see in the front, it's a special guest. It's a lizard tail. Yes, you heard that right. A lizard tail. So in this weekly, there are multiple ways to go for secret achievements. One of them being the Dumbo octopus rolling for stuff like Yggdrasil fruit and then putting it on a pet using a pill. The other one being the leech, using the leech to hurt a pet. The perfect example in this one is the lizard. You can hurt the lizard in the shop phase with an open slot. Get a lizard tail. The other thing you can do is pill a pet and get a zombie fly. So you see we got a zombie fly, and I do the same thing. Or I try to do the same thing I tried to do with the lizard tail, is basically just put it in the front with an Easter egg, so we guarantee our 2 PDF triggers, and then at least get 1 fly, and then either like a Cerberus or something else. Just maximize PDF triggers. And with these PDF vulture teams, what I realized is if I can run a crispy boy with it, the red dragon in the back, it's usually like one of the best things possible, because it'll either trigger the ambrosia, or it will do the 6 damage to the back line, get rid of a pineapple or something, and then if our PDF snipes it, like it can easily wipe out a vulture in the back line. And getting some scaling, I was throwing lasagnas and stuff on this team. You're going to see the problem with flies here. So you see not all the flies triggered. I think I recognized it there. Luckily, we're on 9 trophies. So like, we could get by with the mistake. It looks like I fix it here by buying a fairy and just combining those flies. So it's basically going to guarantee that we're going to get all of our fly triggers in the front. Check that. We get 2 of our fly triggers, so we're still not maximizing them. And that's because a zombie fly can't spawn from a zombie fly. And here we go, 9 trophies, 1 heart. This run was in a great spot. Then it became a dire situation. The saving grace is we have a level 3 PDF, and now we have the Cerberus. So we can absolutely maximize our triggers, but we get sniped. But we get through it. Let's freaking go. Oh man, the PDF is such a wild ride. So we're gonna get back to another, not the PDF anymore after running through all those. This one was really cool. I had a jackal clip in my previous weekly video. Here's a jackal I had going that was really cool. Using the front lizard to trigger the jackal. I leveled the lizard and I was like, there's no real point in leveling it, but just to get the early level up, my hope was to get a level 2 jackal, bring in a leech to hit the lizard, fling a lizard tail, get a level 2 jackal statted up, and then pivot my team to something. Long story short, a vulture showed up. I thought, I'm still thinking about using this blobfish on the jackal. The only problem is it's turn 8. Although we still have 3 hearts remaining, we only have 2 trophies. And if you don't have something insane going by this point, or like, I don't know, it's this weekly, it just seems crazy if you don't like hard commit to something early. So that's why you'll see a lot of these runs, I just like, a lot of times I don't have any direction in the very start, but by the time I start buying tier 2s, I kind of know. Like if I start finding puppies early and getting lasagnas, I'm like, okay, I got a unit, like I need to find something to throw these lasagnas on that I'm going to keep all game. If I don't find puppies, I'm like, okay, maybe I can buy a Saiga Antelope, get a whale, Bigfoot going, and then like just get a little tempo and some free rolls until I get hamster and ostrich, and then go crazy. Or, you know, you get a firefly early and you're like, okay, I'll keep the firefly around and then get a triceratops and then get a whale and a blowfish and maybe pill the firefly if I get double triceratops, or keep the firefly, put a mushroom on it, bring in a small one for the whale, or just have the whale eat the firefly all game. I think I'm losing my mind at this point. I don't really know what I all just said, but I just said a bunch of things. And while those things were said, we have a full vulture pineapple summon scumbag team. So I'm perfectly okay doing this in weeklies. That is my time to thoroughly enjoy the vulture, unlike people like, I don't know, some people would like, I think the person would like the duck logo as their YouTube channel logo. I saw that person running vulture recently. I just thought, oh, here's another one. Here's another one. I'm just joking. It's a joke. So, yeah, the vulture, it just gets out of control as long as you don't get countered yourself. So you can see the HP on the vultures going up. I've just been throwing lasagnas on it. But when you get to this point, it feels very, very strong. So we're going to play this run out a little bit with like some more shot turns instead of going battle to battle to battle. And then we're going to ride off into the sunset with the final bonus clip. The final bonus clip, I'm just going to intro now because it's going to come in a few minutes. It's going to be another small one team. It's just a meta small one team, small one whale mushroom kind of shenanigans. Very similar to the previous weekly pack. It's just those battles are so much fun. And if you're looking to have fun in this weekly, that's what I suggest to do. So I want to show that with a lot of shop phases and stuff too, just so you can see kind of how I play the end. I think a lot of the end is just throwing lasagnas and trying to level stuff up, but if you can pivot to a team like that, it is absolutely glorious. So let's look at the vulture again. We have protections. We threw a baguette on a level 3 cockroach, and look at this. I threw a baguette on it. It doesn't make sense to compito it because now I feel like I need to throw an Easter egg on this Dumbo octopus. But getting a level 3 Dumbo octopus is super interesting on turn 13. It is something that you can roll 3 times, get a free piece of equipment that doesn't exist in the pack. One of the most exciting things. The only problem is I have equipment on almost everything on this team, so it's kind of a tough one. And by the way, look at this. Fat golden retriever. not even a problem. If our team is allowed to thrive here, it is so good. There's the mushroom, so at this point the Dumbo octopus we're only gonna use for like foods. I guess if we get something better, we could throw it, but our vulture statted up enough, I wanted to keep the pineapple on it. We con Pito again, we get a puppy. And if you know anything about the puppy and weakness, it is one of the most powerful things in the game. We have a summon snipe team. Weakness is the best thing in the game. If you hung around this long, I really hope you enjoyed. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. As always, have a fantastic day. We'll catch you in the next one.